Hello everyone and welcome to Talking Amateurs, your place for your amateur football fix on the internet. I'm Kim Morgan from Messenger Community News, and joining me as they always do on the program are Messengers Gordon Armstrong and Peter Thatcher from 5RPH. And Gordon, I'm going to start with you this week. What a game between Henley and Salisbury North. 2-point result, Salisbury North's favour. They have to be considered the real deal.
Salisbury North winning at home is no surprise, but Salisbury North beating a previously undefeated side in Henley was a great result. On the buzzer too, from what I can gather, I nearly missed that, but Joe Hay kicked the winning goal with virtually half a second to go. Fabulous game, very low scoring. I mean, 10-8 to 10-10 shows tight defence, but great effort from both sides.
And anyone who read Gordon's preview online during the week, you predicted a great game out there.
Well, it's about time I predicted something, so it's good to be 1 out of 50 in predictions anyway.
And Pete, at the other end of the table, Sacred Heart had their first win in another thrilling game, but what was your overall, what did you draw from the round?
Look, just really happy that Sacred Heart were able to get over the line. As we've discussed previously, they've had a tough draw, but they got over the line against Gage on the weekend, so very, very happy for them with that result. Craig Tasborski again kicking plenty of goals for Sacred Heart. The other thing, just a disturbing result, I guess, for Tea Tree Gully getting absolutely smashed by Goodwood Saints. We talked about the fact that the Saints hadn't really driven home a nail in anybody's coffin so far this year, but they absolutely stitched up Tea Tree Gully on the weekend, and just a bit of a concern out there at the Gullies at the moment, Gordon.
Just flex the old biceps, didn't they?
The Saints, they were terrific. That was the game that I saw, and the Gullies weren't blown away like they were the previous week, but by the same token they weren't in the hunt. The worry that I have with the Gullies is that they're very focused on Stephen Pitt in attack. He kicked 3 of their 4 goals to half time, I think it was, and Daniel Wicks, another former league player, played very well, but they're a bit 2 or 3 dimensional and not enough depth at the moment.
And Goody top of the ladder, Peter.
Yeah, Goodwood Saints sitting on top of the ladder there, Kim, followed by Salisbury North, of course. We've talked about them. Henley round up the top 3 spots, and Broadview have now stuck into 4th position, believe it or not, and with a couple of wins on the board, and that was another fantastic performance from Broadview as well. Tea Tree Gully now just teetering at the edge of the 5, and then followed by Gaze, Jeps Cross, Sacred Heart, Port District, and unfortunately PNU sitting on the bottom, not looking like a win, and will struggle again this week, I suspect.
All right, let's roll through this week's predictions. Sorry to cut you off there.
Yeah,
nothing. A few.
I was just taking a breath. No, that's okay.
All right. Port Districts v Jeps Cross at Duncan Fraser Reserve. Your tip, Gordo?
I'm going for Jeps Cross. I think that was a very impressive effort last week by 16 goals, and I think they can make it 2 in a row.
No, I'm going to stick with Port District. I think they were quite disappointing last week, Port District, and I think they'll bounce back this week. And Jeps, great result for them, but not sure about the opposition they had.
Port's for mine. Henley v Goodwood Saints, got to be the match of the round, Peter Thatcher.
Absolutely, no question about it, but Goodwood Saints, a lot of the big players on fire at the moment. Mark DeMacy kicking 8 last week, Eric Curls kicking goals at full forward, young Rick Giles, as we talked about the other week, come over from Ross Trevor. He's in very, very good form for the Saints, so I would expect them to get the points.
Yeah, look, after what I saw last week, I mean, it's no surprise that the Saints were just awesome. Great first half, terrific third quarter where they kicked 7 or 8 goals. I can't pick against the Saints. Henley at home is going to be hard to beat, but the Saints by about 3 goals.
I'll go for Henley in an upset. Salisbury North v Payneham Norwood Union. Hard to see Payneham winning out at Salisbury, Gordo.
Look, the way the comp's gone, Kimbo, you can probably find a case most weeks for the underdogs, but I can't this week. Salisbury North will be excited by that win last week, and they'll make it again.
I agree, Peter.
Yeah, no case to be made for PNU there.
Broadview v Sacred Heart. This is at Broadview.
Nearly the match of the round. I know the 2 good sides, or leading sides are, but this is a very, very good match. 2 informed sides. I think Broadview, possibly at home. Sacred Heart was a great win last week, but I think the Tigers by about 4 goals.
Sticking with Shock, I think they're going to make a bit of a run at it now.
I'll go with Shock as well. In one word, you tip Tea Tree Gully or Gaza?
I'd have to think that Tea Tree Gully must bounce back, yes.
And
Shannon Versus to roast his players this week and to fight back with a win for the Gullies.
I agree. Gullies to win. Thanks, folks.